It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, a tall task for them to win this one. On the road against a much superior team, their margin for error, pretty thin. And tonight, we'll see Andre Drummond, one of the more voracious rebounders in league history. But Shaq, where does he stand as a franchise-level player?
Well, he affects winning, but he can hurt the floor spacing, Kenny.
Well, if this was in the 90s, you know, his offense, he could become a franchise player. But the way the game is played now, it's not. But he has a consistent motor, and he is a beast.
You know who else is a beast?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan, standing by courtside.
$20,000 fans are in chorus at the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. You can feel the energy here in Milwaukee. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. Smitty, we're going to watch some exceptional forward play tonight. Makes me think of some of the great front courts in the history of this terrific league.
Yeah, you had Bird, Parrish, Kevin McHale, Duncan, Robinson, Kareem, and Worthy. I also throw in Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. They were a tough matchup. When you have two guys that play the 4 or 5 and play well off each other, they could be a nightmare.
That time, that part of the league, they were terrific.
So true.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And Detroit looking at who they've got. The athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Jackson is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Beasley in at the small forward. And Matthews gets it to go.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
Now here's Griffin. 26 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge. Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
To the middle. Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. Elbow shot is on the way. That one wide left.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Pass to Matthews. Back to Antetokounmpo. Inside. Outside for Bledsoe. Stolen by Jackson. Beasley right side. Stolen by Middleton, and here they go. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Now here's Jackson. 26 points for him last game against Orlando. Beasley, the pass to Griffin. Back to Beasley. Over Middleton. No good from Beasley.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in the groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now here's Beasley. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. The Pistons shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Shooting 2.
first one drops.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
Easily hits them both. And it goes to show you that any coach can get fired. Casey, one of the most successful, highly regarded coaches in the league. And Smitty still got let go.
If you learn about all he's overcome, all the tough jobs he's worked in the past, you knew he'd take it on the chin and keep on trucking.
Here's Jackson. Following the basket by Chris Middleton. Jackson kicks to Griffin. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. It's good.
I like this about Blake Griffin. Puts constant pressure on the defense. Plays a very physical game.
Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shoots it up. Detroit with a fresh 24. Here's Beasley. Here's Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
The league leader in offensive rebounds on multiple occasions. Drummond doing it again.
Milwaukee in the lead. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer.
Kevin, he said it was all about taking advantage of what the defense gives them tonight and not forcing things. He said the team that beats us more often than anyone is ourselves. When we lose focus, it's very difficult for us to win. It's something I stress to the guys on the way to the arena. Let's see if they heard him, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, David. Their focus is going to be on good shot selection here early, guys.
And it's going to take a team effort. They can't have guys going solo and getting themselves into tough one-on-one situations.
It wouldn't hurt to focus on their low post game. It doesn't get any more high percentage than those easy looks in tight.
Hill, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
You know, a little inconsistent from deep when he first entered the league. Jackson now an emerging three-point threat.
Hill against Jackson. Hill, no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Now, you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively. Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
First one falls for him. And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
Steve, how about just getting along? I mean, obviously you want to win and play well, but what about teammates just getting along?
You know, Kevin, I love it because I think there's an expectation if you don't get along, you can't win. There are some teams you can see these two guys don't like each other, and they still win. But then the teams that is sustained for a long time is the teammates that get along. What you want to do is set, goals that's realistic. And if you can do that and obtain that, then you have pretty much a good team. He can't find his mojo. Tough quarter for him scoring the basketball.
Griffin, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He doesn't let you off the hook, Blake Griffin. He likes to draw contact and usually gets to the free throw line. Blake Griffin has made significant improvement as a shooter over the years. He's been working with his shooting coach. He's rewired his shooting form.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Steve, you talk about Griffin changing his shooting form. How is it different now than when he started?
Well, he releases it now on the way up, jumping straight up and down. A higher release gets more arc on the ball. Making a new motion feel normal takes a tremendous amount of work and repetition.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Eric Bledsoe. That one is no good.
The former 5-star recruit, first overall pick in the draft. Griffin's been slowed down only by injuries.
Now here is Hill. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Detroit Pistons hoping for continued development from their young players. Recent seasons, some pretty high draft picks. They need those guys to make an impact.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Well, the Pistons' recent draft history is subject to some criticism.
Yeah, even when they've drafted some good players like Dinwiddie or Middleton, they've traded them away. Finding value in the draft and then developing it is a huge part of NBA success.
Now here's Jackson. 5 points in the game. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Too aggressive to start this game. That's already a couple fouls already in the first.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Here's Drummond. 23 points for him the last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Pistons have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Beasley. On that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Nets. Korver finds Ilyasova. Here's Connaughton. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
I'm loving this one. It's been back and forth with these lead changes. It's probably going to just come down to who has the ball last.
Snell, that's good. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here is Hill. Here's Connaughton, and there's the pass to Korver. Drills it from outside. Korver's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't allow that defensively. Kyle Korver is lights out on the catch and shoot.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Last game matched up with the Magic, a tough loss there.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
Well, you have to have an aggressive mindset, and you have to try to disrupt their rhythm.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Thon Maker's checked in for Drummond. Morris comes in for Blake Griffin. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Michael Beasley. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Kennard, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. He's off on that one. Good D by Lopez. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. The Bucks have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Hill kicks to Connaughton. On the wing, Korver. It's stolen by Morris.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
On the wing, Morris. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Coaches are always talking, Steve, about finishing games strong. What does it take to be a great closer, a great finisher?
I think guys look at guys that can score the basketball and make plays under duress, under adversity. But I think also on the defensive end, where you have players and teams, and it's beautiful to watch on the defensive end when they don't miss assignments. Everybody is locked in, and obviously teams score the basketball, but you look and say, they made them score over the top versus giving up an easy layup.
Korver passes to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 13. That's short off the rim.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
Morris finds Galloway. Stolen. And now it's Hill running. He can go all the way. And Maker sends it back. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Right side, Korver. Hill against Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Connaughton. Here's Lopez. And finally they hit one. Lopez has got his first points of the game.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Here's Galloway, defended by Ilyasova. Galloway with the bucket. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now here is Hill. No good off the back of the rim. Here's Galloway. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. The Bucks trail. The three from Korver. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
Kennard kicks to Galloway. Another 3 for Detroit.
And that's from beyond, guys. Right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Luke Kennard, the 12th pick in the 2017 draft out of Duke, an outstanding shooter and has a lot more to show in his game.
And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards, and his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hockey. You have to give it up to this man.
It's good from long range. And Kennard, Smitty, went 1 pick in front of Rookie of the Year contender Donovan Mitchell. Some Piston fans ticked off about that.
Yeah, I understand. But he was top 20 in three-point percentage right out of the gates. It's not just about year one. I think Kennard has a chance to be good.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
There's Galloway. 5 points in the game. 2 points. That one goes. Galloway has got the game tied up here for the Pistons. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Passes to Connaughton. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Connaughton's got 5 now.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here is Morris. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
Here's Lopez. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
There's Galloway. Following the basket by George Hill. Galloway, the pass to Morris. Over Ilyasova. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
No good from Connaughton. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Kennard. Korver with the defensive effort.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Hill left side. Ilyasova. No one around him. No good on the triple.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Here's Kennard. Guarded by Korver. Snell. Detroit, no good that time either. 43 seconds left to play here in the first. Lopez inside. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
There's Galloway. Guarded by Korver. Snell fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
An Energizer bunny in the paint. Tony Snell not afraid to go up with the Giants.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. Wesley Matthews checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for George Hill. And then for Detroit, Andre Drummond's checked in for Thon Maker. Rose comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Langston Galloway. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Bledsoe against Jackson. Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 19-point game against Brooklyn. Pass to Matthews from downtown. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kounupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
They also want to be unpredictable. Mix up the play calling. Keep the defense guessing.
On the court for the Pistons, the big men are Griffin and Drummond. Rose is... Oh!
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. And Bledsoe, here we go, over Jackson. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Griffin, stolen by Middleton. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo, leading the break. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
No doubt, that could be a gigantic swing in momentum, given how that sequence developed.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Bledsoe outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pistons leading by 3. And there's Jackson on the assist by Rose. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Matthews. Bucks passing it around. Morris with the block. Outside Rose. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 7-point Piston lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here is Bledsoe. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. For 3, Middleton, good on the triple. He has 5.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Middleton against Jackson. In the corner, it's Morris. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Morris. Bucks trail by 4. Bledsoe dishes to Antetokounmpo to the paint. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Lopez with the steal. Pass break, Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Smitty, with all the different arenas you've played in and all the cities you've traveled to as a player, which city do you think, looking back, was the hardest to play in for whatever reason?
This is an easy question. Detroit, Michigan, Kevin, because I was raised there and played college basketball. The ticket request going home was definitely hard.
I bet.
Because now you're starting to ask teammates, you're starting to ask everybody for tickets, and I just never had enough.
And it was expensive to buy tickets.
Yes, indeed.
And everyone wanted one.
Everybody. My first game, Kevin, ever back in Detroit, 300 tickets.
Oh.
Glad I had good teammates, though. They helped me.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. Up next for him, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. Drummond working against Lopez. Drummond finds Jackson. 5 on the clock. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
Pass to Matthews. Lopez outside. Fires from the line. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Jackson over in the corner. Rose misses the 3. Milwaukee's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. shooting the three ball well. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Matthews kicks to Antetokounmpo.
He's powerful and athletic, Drummond with the natural tools to dominate defensively.
And Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Drummond. Beasley's got 5 points so far.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. The shot's good from Griffin. Now it's a 4-point Piston lead.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Jackson against Bledsoe. Over Jackson. And the Bucks miss again. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. It's deflected. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Blake is so hard to guard off the dribble, and he has the elevation to go over you, but he is strong enough to absorb contact and get to the line.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Ilyasova comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Hill in for Wesley Matthews. And Detroit with a change here, too. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. Good on both.
Blake Griffin, an all-star for his first 5 seasons in the NBA, but not the last 3. He's still an impact player, though. We'll see if he can crack the roster in the East.
Ilyasova passes to Middleton. Off target from three-point range.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
It's stolen by Hill. To the middle. Here's Ilyasova. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists in the game. Well, as we all know, Blake Griffin, Steve, possessing breathtaking athleticism, but injuries certainly have been a concern.
You're right. A lot of it just bad luck. A teammate falls on your knee. That kind of thing happens. But his skill level is starting to complement his power. I think he'll be fine.
Beasley kicks to Kennard. Just 5 on the clock to the right side. Griffin's shot is off. Bucks trail by 4. Here's Hill. Detroit with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jackson. Here's Drummond. The pass to Jackson. Over Hill. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
Middleton for 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held him back.
And it's in there. And it's 9 points for Reggie Jackson.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Pistons leading by 4. Jackson finds Griffin. Back to Jackson. Fires the 3. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Jackson's got 7 points here in this quarter. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night. And the Pistons with possession here. Outside Jackson. Griffin against Antetokounmpo. Griffin kicks to Jackson. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Timeout called. The Bucks coming off that loss against the Nets.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
And that was the primary difference maker to me. Their lack of getting boards is what ultimately buried them in that game.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Korver in for Eric Bledsoe. Then for the Pistons, Akers checked in for Andre Drummond. Tony Snell comes in for Michael Beasley. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Connaughton kicks to Korver. That three off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
Galloway dishes to Griffin. From deep. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. In the third spot, the Bucks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Stolen away. A floater scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Passes it to Ilyasova. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And that one's good. Griffin.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
Hill kicks to Connaughton. From deep, Ilyasova. It's not going to go for him. And it's Detroit the other way. In the corner, Snell with it. Fires the three. The rebound by the Bucks. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Bucks trail by 11. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ball stolen.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Here's Kennard. And the rebound goes to Lopez. The Bucks shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Kennard, the pass to Galloway. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
Korver gets a wide open look. Here's Ilyasova. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Bucks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And the first one at the line is good. Last season marked the change, Smitty, as we know, in the number of timeouts a team can get, as well as the length of those timeouts. You think it's helped speed the game along a little bit, made it more efficient?
Yeah, I think it has. I love it that the coaching staffs are limited to 2 timeouts during the last 3 minutes. I love that it's sped up the game. I think next for us is start to look at how much time is spent on referees looking at the replay of plays. I think that's the next step for the NBA to kind of speed up the game.
Galloway, no good.
You know, and I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just 1 made shot in the first.
Pass to Mason. 1:09 left to play here in the half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range, an absolute bomb from 3-point range. Mason's got it back down to within single digits for the Bucks. Galloway kicks to Griffin. Here's Kennard. Guarded by Korver. Shots good by Kennard.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Count it. Mason's got 5 now.
The gravity of Kyle Korver drawing defenders and finding the open man.
The feed now to Griffin. Maker passes to Kennard. Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
If I'm Blake Griffin, I'm telling my teammate, throw it higher. I'll go get it.
Bucks trail by 9. And here is Mason. He has 5. From 12 feet out, here's Lopez. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Up in time. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Detroit Pistons ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, in the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. You look at Blake Griffin in this game. He's been everywhere.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Pistons leading by 9. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Bledsoe is out there with Matthews. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. And it's Drummond with the jam.
I'm not sure how you defend that. Drummond with an overwhelming advantage in both size and athleticism.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. The wide open look here for Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. Bledsoe against Jackson. Pass to Rose. Clock at 6. Here's Beasley. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Beasley's got 7.
Derrick Rose moving the basketball with ease, really setting up his teammates, setting the plate for them.
Here's Middleton. No good on that one. And Detroit the other way now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Morris. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Fast break, here we go. Tipped away. Stolen by Rose. Here's Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The 7-foot wingspan of Reggie Jackson makes him a bigger player inside. Helps him draw fouls.
First trip to the line for him here.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
And so Jackson nails both of them. Bledsoe with it. 7 points in the game. He kicks it to Middleton. Teardrop shot, and it's sent back by Morris. Rose scanning the floor. Second chance shot. Drummond finds Rose. Morris outside. 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Beasley for 3. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee, trailing by 10. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. Outside Jackson. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson, staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Milwaukee with the ball. A 12-point game, and he gets the bucket. 16 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them. And now a quick review at the numbers for Andre Drummond. Second in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage, really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And again, look what he's done so far this season, wiping the boards clean, ranking second in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Back to Jackson. Morris against Antetokounmpo. The 9-foot shot. Drummond trying to get himself free, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. 3 on the clock. The offensive rebound. Drummond. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No stranger to getting fouled. Drummond often one of the league leaders in free throw attempts per game.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s?
No good on that one. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor and, more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
No good from Bledsoe.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Matthews into the lane, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Matthews has got his second basket of the game. Detroit leading by 8. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Bledsoe against Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Easily in the post, defended by Middleton. Bucks have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Bledsoe passes to Middleton. Here's Matthews. Goes back up. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Bucks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw, good. Matthews. Hill, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Detroit with a change here, too. Tony Snell's checked in for Derrick Rose. Both free throws good from Matthews. Detroit leading by 6. Jackson finds Beasley. Jackson looking it over to the wing right side. Here's Snell, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. So it's the Pistons now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Now Hill kicks it to Lopez. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by Morris. Lopez outside. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Tipped away. Jackson kicks to Morris. Now the pass to Beasley. Good D by Matthews. Bucks trail by 6. Bledsoe right side. The kick out to Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from Beasley. Detroit leading by 6. Inside, it's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Bucks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Eric Bledsoe. Then for the Pistons, Thon Maker's checked in for Drummond. Blake Griffin comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Kennard in for Michael Beasley.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Detroit's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Jackson passes to Snell. Jackson against Hill. 6 on the shot clock. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Hill against Jackson. From deep, Ilyasova. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Griffin. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And a moment here to see the standings for the Eastern Conference. And you know, guys, some interesting stories have unfolded here as we move through the middle of the season. Look at Milwaukee. The season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now. And, of course, there's the Pistons, 8.5 games behind them.
And I think for Milwaukee, the step forward they've taken this season has been a giant one. I thought they'd be an improved team, but I had no idea they could be this good.
And you're not alone. How could anyone have predicted this? Nobody thought they'd be such serious contenders this deep into the season.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Passes it to Kennard. The 3. Hill pulls it in. Bucks trail by 6. To the middle. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Ilyasova's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Feeds to Maker. Lopez with the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Tim Frazier's checked in for Detroit. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pistons lead by 6.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
And there's the foul. It's on Tim Frazier. That is his 1st foul of the game. Milwaukee making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Thomas comes in for Tim Frazier. Hill dishes to Antetokounmpo. Lopez finds Ilyasova. Now here's Antetokounmpo, guarded closely.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
He is just hitting the backboard every chance he gets. He is feasting for rebounds out there.
Here's Thomas. That one, no good. Hill with some nice D. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. The Bucks have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Two shots.
And that one misses.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Detroit making a switch here. Rose is checked in. He hits the 2nd from the line. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Outside Rose. Pass to Kennard. Dishes to Griffin. He can't get it to go. And Milwaukee the other way now. Right side Hill. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's Detroit leading by 5. And Andre Drummond, an incredible combination of size and athleticism. Steve, any players that he reminds you of?
You know, a young Dwight Howard. He's also been compared to a more athletic Moses Malone. Drummond's rebounding numbers back that up.
Chalk up 2 there. Antetokounmpo's got 21 in the game.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's Griffin. Up again. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
1:39 left in the third. Here's Snell. Antetokounmpo defending. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
The feed to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 22 rebounds.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide-open guy from the corner of his eye.
Hill kicks to Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. Pass to Ilyasova. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
This is where we're going in the NBA right now. Stretch bigs.
Rose attacking over Hill. Rose, that's good. Rose has got 7 points in the game.
Very aggressive, Derrick Rose. So efficient on how he attacks the hoop.
Griffin with the steal. Rose passes to Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
No doubt that could be a gigantic swing in momentum given how that sequence developed.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
George Hill, you know, he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend 1s or 2s, one of those players who could fit in on any team in the league.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Bender comes in for Ilyasova. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Morris is checked in.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Drummond finds Griffin. On the wing, Morris. Sinks the three-pointer. 10 points for him.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Here is Bledsoe. He has 7. Here's Bender. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pistons ahead, up by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Pistons, the athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Tony Snell is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Morris in at the 3.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Rose against Bledsoe. Rose kicks to Griffin. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 6 assists in the game.
On the attack all evening. Not sure at this point what can slow Blake Griffin down.
Here's Rose, and there it is for him.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Bucks trail by 8. Bledsoe looking it over. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. That one's not going to go. Now the Pistons take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. There's the pass to Lopez. Right side, Antetokounmpo. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Matthews against Rose. Shot clock at 5. Latre. Lopez, no luck. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've only given up 1 point in the 4th quarter, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And that game against the Lakers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Down low, here's Antetokounmpo. Second chance shot, and Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
Passes it to Rose. Over Bledsoe. And that one hits back iron.
He's a little uncomfortable in that in-between area, and the defense plays him that way.
That shot off. Griffin with some nice D. Pistons leading by 8. Here's Morris. Kicks to Drummond. Bledsoe against Rose. With some arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look here for Detroit. Beasley comes in for Andre Drummond. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Tony Snell. So it's the Bucks now, trailing here by 8. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And that's now 18 points for Reggie Jackson. Matthews against Rose. And Matthews gets it to go.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Outside Jackson. In the corner, it's Griffin. They double team Griffin. Stolen by Middleton. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Bledsoe passes to Middleton. The three.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Jackson has the open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
Here's Lopez. And he finishes nicely on the way up. And now just a 5-point Piston lead. Outside Jackson. It's Morris atop the key. He dishes it to Griffin. Over Lopez. Lopez with the steal. Matthews against Rose. Lopez. Good work defensively by Morris. Detroit leading by 5. Here's Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Wesley Matthews picks one up. The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. Here's Bledsoe. Knocked away. And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Over in the corner, onto the Kumbo. And the shot is good. Onto the Kumbo's got 27 points.
Well, you see the excellent skill set. And this is when you want to make an impact.
You're totally right. Fourth quarter, tight game. This is when the true ballers step up.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Bucks trail by 7. Outside Rose. Outside for Jackson. And he's good on the 3-ball. Jackson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Bounce pass, Lopez. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Middleton on the wing. The 3, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists in the game. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Morris trying to free himself up. Here's Griffin. Beasley with a clean look. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. Andre Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Middleton, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Vital basket there. This is just the time, and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Jackson dishes to Griffin. Got it. Good job in the low post. Griffin's got 30 points.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Matthews with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Beasley against Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. From outside, off the mark.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
On the wing, Jackson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And now a 9-point Detroit lead.
And you're seeing it with Jackson tonight. When he gets in a real rhythm, man, he can light up the scoreboard.
And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Stolen by Jackson. Ahead, pull-up jumper. Again, the Pistons score.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. West has been the dominant conference of late. It's been that way for a while, but out east, Steve, we're seeing the development of some great young rosters.
Yeah, over time, and obviously you see the balance of conferences go one way or other. When you have teams that just dominate and win championship, usually you'll see that lopsidedness, and that's in the West right now. But on the East, I mean, that team, the Boston Celtics, we all can say if they're healthy, they got a chance to be in that conversation. You love the youth of the Philadelphia 76ers, and in Milwaukee, they need to add another player to go with Giannis, and they'll have a chance to be talked about as well.
Good overview.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
And he's doing it efficiently, taking makeable shots. That's led to a high percentage from the field.
Matthews with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Shots good by Middleton.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Jackson finds Beasley. Outside Jackson. Back to Beasley. From beyond the arc. And the three ball is good.
Oh, okay. It's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Matthews scanning the floor. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Beasley, the pass to Jackson. Outside Griffin. Back to Jackson from downtown. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 6 assists here tonight.
Hey, continue to stack it up from 3. He's got 2 in each half so far.
Bledsoe kicks to Ilyasova. For 3, Middleton gets the three-pointer to fall. Middleton's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
His marksmanship this quarter has been unbelievable, yet they still trail in this game.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
And it's Beasley in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Beasley's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons. Milwaukee's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. Here's Ilyasova, and Griffin sends it back. Got a piece of it. Now here's Jackson. Over Ilyasova. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Here's Matthews. Detroit with the rebound. Goes up on the wing. Matthews with the rebound. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Milwaukee. It's a 13-point game. 1:43 left in the game. Out to the right wing. They double-team Griffin. Back to Jackson. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Middleton. And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. A former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results.
Jackson with the bounce pass. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's good from Snell. And so Snell nails both of them. Bucks trail by 13. Got a piece of it. Wide open. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 34.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Detroit.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession. We watch them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Blake Griffin.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Free throw drops in for Beasley. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And just staying aggressive, continuing to extend that lead.
They left nothing to chance. This is how you close out.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Ilyasova. Count it, and the foul. Griffin. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. That free throw good from Ilyasova. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Jackson against Hill. Beasley. The drive by Jackson. Over Hill. Hill with some nice D. It's deflected and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Korver for 3. The shot off that time. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.